Hello, this is Jochen, coach of the San Francisco Cinderace. Today, I'm going to be going over my Week 4 matchup against the Dallas Darumakas. So, getting right into it, we've got a pretty interesting one here. You'll notice a lot of our stuff sits right around the same speed tier. We both have a lot of stuff in that 70 to 80 speed range. So you're going to see me running a lot of plus speed natures, trying to break any speed ties that I can. On top of that, he has a lot of threatening things. I know from playing a good amount of practice battles with him in the past that he does enjoy running Shell Smash Blastoise. He's got that Darmanitan, which is quite spooky, as well as a Gmax Grimmsnarl, which from experience I can say is very good. I used him last season. I think I ended the season with like 17 kills, so Grimmsnarl can be very threatening. That said, I do have a couple things I'm excited to bring this week. And there are a couple things that are going to be tough to deal with from his side, mainly that Darmanitan, but I have a plan. So I figured let's get right into what I'm bringing this week. So, up first we have our Gmax Rillaboom. Now, this is a pretty unorthodox Rillaboom set in comparison to what I brought in the past. We're going to be running a Choice Band as his item, which I'll explain why in a moment. Same ability with Grassy Surge. We're going to double up on grass moves with Grassy Glide Woodhammer, and then we're going to take Drain Punch and High Horsepower. For EVs, we're doing Max Attack, 4 in Special Defense, Maximum Speed with a Jolly Nature. Like I said, that's trying to beat anything he has that is right around that 80 speed mark without risking being slower with an Adamant Nature. So the reasoning for Choice Band, I think I still have it saved on the damage calculator. Let's see here. If I pull up, you can see this was my team I was thinking. I haven't switched it over yet. Darmanitan. If we pull up a Darmanitan at level 50, you can see that Grassy Glide is just about guaranteed to one-shot him. And if it doesn't, then I do have other ways I can deal with him, but this is definitely the easiest way, would be just getting that one shot with a Grassy Glide. So if I somehow roll the 7% chance, that's unfortunate. If he doesn't have the defense EVs, you can see it is guaranteed, so it depends on where he puts those 4, if he puts it in special defense or HP or wherever he decides on it. But if he doesn't put it in defense, it's a guaranteed one shot. So that is the reasoning behind the Choice Band there. The other moves, the High Horsepower and the Drain Punch, if we come back to this, High Horsepower is mainly there for Chandelure and Renektric, and then Drain Punch is there to hit Darmanitan if I'm Gmax, then he brings it in, as well as Braviary and Cincino. Rillaboom doesn't have a great way to deal with Amoonguss, so he can use that to wall me, but it is a very good answer to stuff like the Blastoise. Unless he's running Fire or Ice Punch Grimmsnarl, I'll be able to win the Gmax battle pretty handily, I feel. But yeah, that's going to be our Rillaboom. So moving on to our next Pokemon, we're running Choice Scarf Dracovish. That's not the right ability. Should be Strong Jaw. With Vicious Rend, Iron Head, Dragon Rush, and Stone Edge. The EVs will be Max Speed for the Choice Scarf. And as you can see, the moveset's slightly different. We're not running Outrage, we're running Dragon Rush. Yes, it does have the miss chance, but you don't get locked in for 3 turns like you would with Outrage, so that's the big reason for Dragon Rush. Iron Head and Stone Edge, Iron Head being there to hit his, what's its name, Rillaboom, mainly, not Rillaboom, Darmanitan. I'm getting the two of them mixed up, I apologize. Darmanitan on the switch, and then he doesn't have a Water Absorber, so I'm really just planning on clicking some Vicious Rends, but the other moves are there in case. The Iron Head's also there for Grimmsnarl if need be, but not likely. And then Stone Edge is there for Chandelure and Braviary. So that's going to be our Dracovish set. I'm trying Choice Scarf over Choice Band. I debated on Band originally, but since I didn't end up bringing the Orbeetle with Sticky Webs, I feel like Choice Scarf is more important. It'll let Dracovish get that outspeed and pick up a couple more kills, hopefully, because if you look, I still have 0 kills in week 3, so trying to fix that, get him some kills this week. I know I said the same thing last week, but hopefully this week is the start of his kills for the season. So up next, we're bringing Skarmory, and we've switched his items with the Umbreon. We're taking leftovers on the Skarmory this week. The big reason being he is our best Darmanitan switch-in. Darmanitan does get Flare Blitz, which will hurt, but Otherwise, thanks to Sturdy, he's guaranteed to take any hit it wants to throw at us at least once, and get a body press off, which will kill the Darmanitan if he gets a clean switch in. If not, he's a good sack to burn 2 turns, maybe lower him a little bit. So that's the main plan with Skarmory. He's carrying Rocks and Roost. 2 attacks this week, more Iron Head coverage for Grimmsnarl just in case. If I invested in speed, we'll be faster for sure. It depends on if he invests his Grimmsnarl in speed. If he doesn't, we'll outspeed naturally. So that's the idea there. But yeah, just standard defensive wall Skarmory. Nothing fancy with Whirlwind even this week, just 2 attacks. So up next we have Gardevoir, and I debated on putting Choice Specs or trying to pull off like Leftovers Calm Mind. Expert Belt was a consideration, but I ended up putting that on Salazzle, so we went with Pixie Plate. It boosts all of my fairy moves, so in this case Moonblast by 1.2 times. And we're taking Trace. I thought about Synchronize, but I don't think it's that likely he's going to try and Toxic anything I have, so we're going with Trace. The big thing to Trace this week is going to be the Chandelure if he brings Flash Fire. It's going to let me get a special attack boost with Fire-type moves. I don't have any, but it also makes me immune to Fire moves, so there is that. I mean, I can Trace, what was it? There was one I was thinking, Lightning Rod if he brings Manectric, but that's not very likely, so I don't see that happening. Moves-wise, we've got Psychic, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind. That lets us hit everything at least neutrally. We could run Energy Ball to deal with the Blastoise, but Rillaboom's going to be the better answer there in combination with a few other things, so we're not too afraid of that. And if he gets a Shell Smash off, then Gardevoir doesn't survive, so that's the idea there. Up next we have the Salazzle. Now Salazzle is going to be Expert Belt with Corrosion, 3 attacks, Sludge Wave, Fire Blast, Dragon Pulse, and then Toxic. No boosting move this week. I don't think there's a great opportunity for Salazzle to set up. And then just like the Gardevoir and the Rillaboom and the Dracovish, we're going to be taking a plus speed nature. Like I said, he has a lot of things I speed tie with. Even the Salazzle gets outsped by Cinccino, and you risk Manectric and Mind Shower outspeeding if you're not max speed, so we had to bring Timid Nature. It's really meant to deal with the Amoonguss. That's its big reason for being here, because it can Toxic the Amoonguss. Corrosion lets it poison anything, regardless of typing, so getting a Toxic off would be nice. A Fire Blast would do very well also, so a couple of ways there, and it is a pretty good Grimmsnarl check, because there's no way Grimmsnarl's faster unless it's Choice Scarfed, so good answer there. Last but not least, we have Umbreon. We're bringing a mixed Umbreon this week as a sort of backup Darmanitan check. With 140 defense and a Rocky Helmet, it survives at least one move from the Rillaboom. Doesn't guarantee it gets its own move off unless it comes in clean, but Foul Play will kill the Rillaboom, or the Darmanitan. I don't know why I want to call it Rillaboom. It'll kill the Darmanitan for sure, even if it's Choice Scarf and not Choice Band, just by the basis of its ability with a Foul Play. And then we're running Rain Dance. If I get an opportunity, I want to get a Rain Dance to help Mr. Dracovish get going with his sweeping. I do have to be careful because it can help Blastoise, but Rillaboom does a good chunk of damage to Blastoise with the Grassy Glide, as you can see. So, yeah, we're not too worried about the Blastoise. That's the idea there. But, yeah, that's going to be the team for the week. Like I said, the big threats I'm going to have to worry about is going to be the Darmanitan mainly. A little bit from the Grimmsnarl and a little bit from the Blastoise, especially if it gets a Shell Smash off, but Rillaboom's able to deal with all 3 pretty safely as long as I get him in clean, so I get the feeling this is going to be a week where I'm going to need to sack things off pretty intelligently, so I'm expecting probably a 2 or 3-0 at best. I mean, maybe if Dracovish really gets going, it could be more, but yeah, I'm expecting a 2 or 3-0, but yeah, thank you for watching and wish me luck.